Watch this video, then we'll talk.
There's a laundry list of reasons why I do not plan on procreating, but a huge factor in that is that being trapped is my worst nightmare. My dad tells me this story of a time he was working in corporate sales. He was the sole provider for our family while my mom stayed home. You could actually do that in the 90s. And a VP said to my dad that you want to hire the guy with the wife and kids and the house because that guy is not going anywhere. I see so many people in life, in my current job, on Reddit, all complaining about their circumstances, but how they can't do anything about it because they have kids and mouths to feed. And that, in essence, is why I will not be having kids. I live in a very modest 2-bedroom apartment. I don't have a house. I don't have a dog. I keep my expenses low so that my options are greater. I'm sure some angry Karen mom would be like, my kids are a blessing. You're selfish. Call me selfish. I just said I have a fear of being trapped. It's my opinion.
This might be a hard pill for some people to swallow, but this is just an objective truth with the time that we are living in. I've made many videos talking about how child-free people are ungovernable, and that makes systems of power, aka the people that are in charge of said systems of power, very, very anxious, which is why they're constantly trying to force people who have uteruses to have children, force the nuclear family, force the mass breeding of the next generation of workforces. And within all of this, once again, I understand this is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable, but I do think that this, at this point, is just an objective truth. A lot of the people that are interested in leaving the United States because they see everything that is happening, and I'm gonna be so honest, I've been like hinting at a lot of stuff on this channel because I don't want to make people nervous, and I am now like starting to be in whether I'm like following people or like entering into community with people that are saying the things that I've been hinting at with their full chest, and I'm like, Shayna, you just should have been saying this with your full chest the whole time. At this point, I don't know. I have no evidence. A lot of people are trying to leave in, I know a lot of people personally, in my personal life, that are like, yeah, you know, I want to leave in like a year and a half. I'm like, honestly, you're lucky by January. If you get out by January, you're lucky. I don't know when I'm going to post this video, but whenever it's up, there is an article that I will be writing on Black Babes Abroad, just kind of breaking down, in the very least, what is going on, the nuances of what's going on with the airport situation across the United States. Whenever that's up, I'm going to tag it right up here. Folks, a lot of people feel like they can't stay. Not even feel like. A lot of people are in a more difficult position to leave because they have children. Because they know that not only do they have more at stake because they have children, because they have dependents, but also when you are moving to another country and you are coming with dependents, you have to prove that you are able to financially take care of those dependents. Now, there are very few countries that will allow you, and under very specific visa stipulations, where you can move, and whether it's for education or if you have a job, and like it's all factored into that, where you can pay for yourself and a certain amount of dependence. But that is incredibly rare. That is incredibly rare. And I think the reason why I feel the need to talk about this so urgently right now is because I know Facebook is a hellscape. I know this. I know I can never go on Facebook and feel better by the time I close the app. Oh, well, crazy enough, messages are just pouring in right now because, my buddies. Okay, sorry, I'm going to stay focused. I have messages coming in right now because a friend of mine had and somebody very in her like immediate family had a huge medical emergency. She's living outside of the country where her family is in. She was able to pick up honestly, we weren't sure if her dad was going to make it. It was touch and go for 48 hours. And the doctors were like, if this specific thing does not happen in 48 hours, he's going to go. She does not have kids. She is in a long-term relationship though. She was able to pick up and go that day to go see her dad. Now, thank goodness her dad survived. But when I say the ability to move, the ability to transport yourself from point A to point B is so much easier when you don't have kids. And then this leads me back to the Facebook thing. I know people. Mind you, I know them. I haven't spoken to them in forever for a number of reasons. A lot of them are a terrifying version of Christianity that, yes, I was raised into, but I have been long on my decolonization journey. And they're all having kids in the United States right now. Pregnancy, pregnancy, pregnancy. Befuddled, aghast, confused, concerned. Also, I guess, congratulations. I don't know, congratulations. Now, I think the reason why I have been trying to to say things as softly as possible on here, especially as it relates to the amount of potentially life-saving freedoms that are afforded to child-free people as it relates to the United States and other places that are falling under, have fallen under a fascist regime, is because I know that there are a lot of parents that are part of the community. There are a lot of, especially single moms, that are a part of the community. I love you. I adore you. You are stronger than I could ever be, and I say that anytime I have the ability to. And I don't want y'all being riddled with anxiety, because that amount of anxiety, let me speak for myself. If I was in a position where I knew that it was going to be harder for me to leave because of the family that I have, because of the dependents that I have, I would not want to hop online and listen to somebody that is just going to make me more anxious. I try to be more so. I don't know what's happening with this specific. I'll figure that out another point. Like, I'm trying to be as solutions oriented as possible. It's why me and Candace started Black Babes Abroad. It's why I'm trying to get out information as succinctly as possible, while also making sure that I still have a life outside of the internet. And I think because I saw so many people that I personally know popping out kids, having gender reveals, I just assumed, and I keep forgetting that there's a whole other world that exists and thrives on Facebook, of people that are in their 20s and 30s popping out kids. Meanwhile, kids are getting kidnapped. Teachers are getting kidnapped out of preschoolers. U.S. citizens are being kidnapped left and right. And then their kids are getting taken. Oh, yeah, this is all happening very quickly. I can't talk about it as quickly as it's coming up, or else I'd just be glued to my phone and posting videos all the time and not having a social life and lose my mental health would spiral. So, here is how I'm going to close out this rant on here. If you are contemplating popping out a baby right now, I want you to turn on any news station, any global news station. I swear to God, if it's Fox News, I'm punching you in your trachea. I want you to turn on a news station. I want you to open your eyes to what's going on around you. And even if you are choosing to stay in the United States, you have to be more amenable to the powers that be. You have to be more willing to bow down to capitalism, to unsafe work environments, to higher costs of everything, if you have kids, because those kids are your responsibility. You can't just pick up and go. You can't just switch into the job that will feed your spirit but will pay you less for a period of time. You can't just do things as easily if you have dependents that rely on you for their day-to-day necessities. And I think the thing that extra makes me befuddled is that the people that I'm seeing popping out these babies are educated people. They have degrees, multiple degrees. Some of them work in healthcare. They see what's happening behind the curtain, and they say, well, you know what? Now's a perfect time for a ninito, for a little bambino, for a little squish of my own. They are shooting up elementary schools and kidnapping pre-K teachers. Excuse me. Spanish speakers are afraid to speak Spanish because they think that it'll make them a target for kidnapping, regardless of what their immigration or citizen status is. They're targeting Puerto Ricans, citizens of the United States, saying that they're going to deport them. To where? They're going to deport them to America. Now is not the time to be popping out kids. All right, I'm going to go get some water. I'm going to walk this off. Be smart out there. Yes, be safe, but my God, be smart out there.